A new friendship is forming between two unlikely players, Ethiopia and France, not in West Africa, where France usually flexes its muscle, but in the Horn. So, what's Paris doing in Ethiopia's backyard, and is Abiy Ahmed getting more than just a handshake? Let's unpack why Macron's bet on Ethiopia might change the power dynamics in the Horn of Africa, possibly for good. I'm Jonas Anbiko, and this is Analytica Today. This May, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed was in Paris again, just months after French President Emmanuel Macron visited Addis Ababa. These aren't just symbolic visits, they signal something deeper, a growing alignment that could reshape Ethiopia's diplomatic ambition and France's regional strategy. So what's behind this alliance? Why is France, traditionally dominant in West Africa, suddenly turning to East? Let's break this down. Macron and Abi aren't just shaking hands, they're building a rapport. Since 2019, they've met multiple times. The body language warm, the speeches friendly, the agenda strategic. This matters. In diplomacy, relationships can fast-track deals, soften criticism, and open doors others can't. Even during Ethiopia's internal conflict, France didn't burn bridges. Now that the country is stabilizing, Paris is ready to double down. And Abiy, he's leveraging it smartly. He's using personal diplomacy as a tool to alleviate Ethiopia's status. France is losing its grip in West Africa. Military pullouts in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have weakened its influence. Public sentiment hostile, protests frequent. In many ways, West Africa is closing its doors. So where does France go next? Enter Ethiopia. 120 million people, a growing economy, a military and diplomatic anchor in the Horn, and perhaps most importantly, not a former French colony. It's a clean slate, strategically valuable and geopolitically neutral. By aligning with Ethiopia, France is not just finding a partner, it's trying to reboot its African diplomacy. Then there is the sea. Ethiopia is landlocked, and Abiy made headlines earlier this year when he reignited the debate on maritime access. Some saw it as a bold national vision, others a regional threat. And Macron, he called it Ethiopia's demand legitimate. Now that's subtle, diplomatic, but it's powerful. Coming from the United Nations Security Council heavyweight, it sends a message. France sees Ethiopia as more than a client. It sees it as a player. That's not just friendship, that's backing. With French support, Ethiopia's voice on Red Sea politics, Indian Ocean trade, and African diplomacy just got louder. But this story may not stop in Paris. Where France goes, others often follow. Think Germany, Italy, the EU Development Fund. If France champions Ethiopia, Brussels might take note. That could mean more aid, more investment, and stronger political support. Ethiopia is already trying to lead regionally through IGAD, African Union reforms, and infrastructure diplomacy. Support from Europe could be the wind it needs in its sails. The alliance isn't just about the present, it's about future leverage. Ethiopia wants to diversify its partners and stop depending on just China or the Gulf. France offers a Western alternative, one that sees, at least for now, less intrusive. Here's the thing, this might be the beginning of a new diplomatic model. Ethiopia isn't asking for handouts, it's building strategic relationship where both sides win. And France is shifting from paternalism to partnership. At least that's the hope. It's early days, but if it works, other African nations may follow. Less dependency, more diplomacy, more leverage. So next time you see Abiy in tailored suit in Paris or Macron sipping coffee in Addis, don't just think photo op. Think strategy. Think realignment. Ethiopia is playing a long game. France is repositioning. And together, they might just redraw the map of influence in the Horn of Africa. I'm Jonas Anbiko, and this is Analytica Today. If you found this helpful, give us a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Can this alliance reshape Africa's diplomatic future? Stay informed, stay engaged. See you next time.